Oh boy, we woke up to the best news in Etheria Restart. The TLDR is that we just got 10 pulls if you use this code DRP621X2. It's in their official Discord. And the context behind the scene is that they are apologizing because in the beta, some units were working on one way and they completely changed them. Victor, Shadow Sania, and so on and so forth. They changed them, and furthermore, they also changed when the game was live. They also changed the behavior of some bosses. So people were really upset, naturally, in a game where, first of all, it's gacha, so it's really rare that you will get exactly the units that you want, and some people started to invest their money trying to get those units to increase their chances, and still they didn't get the behavior that they were expecting. Things were getting really out of hand. The community was rioting, and I was about to comment on this when I realized there is already a fix for this. Furthermore, they say that during an ongoing season, we will avoid large-scale balance changes that impact core gameplay, except for emergency fixes for critical bugs, which makes sense, something that will break the game. This will allow everyone to engage in competitive play, progression, and planning in a stable environment. This is key. Let me move myself so you can see it properly. This is key. This is exactly what we want. Etheria Restart is a game that shines because it has a PvP. And you don't want to see your units changing randomly in the middle of a season, especially in the first one when people are landing into the game. So this is extremely positive, and already we can see the thought process behind the scenes, where after a season ends, they will be tweaking some units to adapt to make sure that there is no single unit that is Omega broken God tier, outplaying every other unit. This is fascinating. Furthermore, in the beta as well, there was an event where people were getting double rewards. And there were so many questions, so many doubts. People were saving. So now officially, start saving your stamina pots, because on June 21st, UTC +8, we will see double investigation reward, threshold, and GP outpost. So this is fantastic. Now, key thing about this is we are not going to get double rewards on shells. It's only modules, which is threshold, GP outpost, which is to increase your skills, and investigation, which is to increase your units. Therefore, now is the time to farm shells, because we're going to be farming something else when the event comes, right? We're going to be using all the stamina to farm modules. This is really good because finally they are giving us clarity. In the beta, they put this event in there so that people could get more things. And my interpretation of this is a beta. It doesn't need to happen live. But people assume there were so many miscommunications, right? And they are addressing the communication, which is fascinating. I'm all for this. They are close to become one of my favorite gacha developer companies. Follow, of course, closely by Kuro, which is behind Wuthering Waves. So this is really good. The second thing that is even better is that on Monday, June 16, we will have a reconfiguration event with 3 resets. This is the most important event. This is actually what we needed. Personally, if they mess up, of course, we need a compensation, but more importantly, we need to revert those units that we were investing in, right? Like just getting temples is not really the way to go, right? Like temples is oh, we are sorry, we apologize. Great. Also, you also have one mental stabilizer, which is stamina plus coins. Very good. Coins are really rare. Save your coins, honestly. They are so rare. But then temples was not really the thing, right? So then they put a reconfiguration event. Reconfiguration means you can choose any unit. The first one is for free, and you remove all the investment and you take the resources back. This is the most important event, especially in a game that is PvP, where the meta is going to be changing, etc. And I hope that we can see this pattern in every single season. After they end the season, they give you one of those events so that you can have 3 resets, so that you can reinvest in other units. There is something quite important about this game that I want to share, which you might know already about this game. What happened in this game is investing in units is really tough. So you cannot whale you can whale a little bit the investment on some units, but you cannot max them out on day one unless you are purposely saving. Let me give you an example, right? For example, I got Holden, which I believe is a top unit, but Holden is going to be top when I can ideally reduce the cooldown of this skill and increase the chances and increase the damage that this skill is going to do. Until then, which I have luckily one perfect lettuce here, until then, it's not going to really shine. It's going to be decent, not going to be a bad unit. And then the same happened with like units like Lily. Lily is super powerful when you invest in having her buff ability max out. So then it reduces the cooldown, it increases like all the effects. That's when we really outshine. So then imagine in PvP where it's like you invest in a unit and then they don't work. So it's really important that they give us an opportunity to get this perfect lattice back, because it's extremely rare. We have been 10 days into the game, and I don't think you can max out a single unit. Maybe one unit if you really were focusing on that, but then you're not getting the benefits of all your team, and yeah, it will be really risky. So that's why this is like the most important, one of the most important items in the game. So I love to see that they are doing resets so that we can evaluate our choices. For example, me personally, I think it was a mistake to invest, of course, I still need to reset Lian. Look at this. Like I could get 2 lattices. 2 lattices. This is like so good. It will make Holden or whoever way more powerful. Also, I invested in Rosa, which is my wife. Is amazing. She's like really good. And she can slow down the enemies and so on and so forth. But I don't think I want to continue investing on her. Actually, I think this was a mistake. So this could be 2 lattices that I will get back as well. And that already gives me 4 lattices from Lian and Rosa. That makes any unit that I want really good. Like, for example, I could be investing further in Claws, in Masia, and so on and so forth. Same with like these units, like the SR units, they use different items. They use the evolution lettuce, and yeah, this is extremely important as well. But you can also reset these units. So I think people were afraid because of the Shadowbands. People were afraid, and now we can chill. There were so many conversations in the global chat, like, oh, Titan is going to get nerfed. Oh my god! And it's like, no, boys, chill. But how can we chill if we didn't get official communications? Now, thank you, devs. We got it. Love it. So yeah, this is it. My name is Pliyo, and I love covering gacha content, especially Etheria Restart and Ever Crisis, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. So if you like this type of thing, please consider to like and subscribe to the channel. Cheers!